Things I did when I got to know I can give my exam, panic and stress. So basically, when I got to know that I was gonna give the exam, or when I got to know that I can give my exam, which I was not very sure, I was super happy. At the same time, I was super duper stressed ki how I'm gonna do this, because for like 3 months, I guess I got to know that I'm gonna give exam in April, and January, February, March, April. So 4 months were gone, so I cannot give the exam. I thought ki I cannot give the exam because I've already lost 4 months. I didn't study that much because of the reasons which I'll be mentioning later in this video, that I'm not going to give the exam properly. I couldn't do this. But then I had very great friends who were like continuously motivating me, and my parents, my mom specifically, she was telling me, you can just do it. You're studying for 1 year. There's no need to panic. There's no need to get stressed and worked up because of these things. Just go for it. That happened in April. I got to know, and I thought, Kila, I have to do with some rapid revision ke things if I'm left with any subjects, and I went with it, and that's how I worked through the April. Then came the May, which was the most uh, the most wasted month of, like, if you see from an FMG aspirant perspective point of view, May was the month where I did the most time pass, if you can tell. I had my birthday in May. I had my graduation in the May. I was leaving Georgia or Tbilisi forever, so I had to travel few places, or I have to do few things before I leave Georgia. So that was the month where I did a lot of things. Like I first of all I got ill, so then that 10 days went in me. Then my birthday happened around 23, and then the graduation happened. So before graduation I had to get the birthday dress. Before the graduation I had to get the uh, graduation dress. Then there are plannings about birthdays and graduation and things, just so many. And then there are, we are just girls, so we have few things. And then I had my this big trip for like 7 days to Batumi. If you have never been to Batumi, I would definitely recommend you to go to Batumi, because it is a very beautiful place. And that happened for 7 months. Then my friend's graduation happened. Then shifting was a part of this process. Before I left, I had to do some. I have to give my things to some juniors. So in and all, a lot of time was wasted. I could not study properly. I couldn't give my 100% to the subject. So that happened. I came back to India, and I could not study in my home, because we are a lot of people in my house. So studying in at my place was not an option. So like I was very frustrated. I didn't knew what to do. And before my, like, I came from Turkish airline, and no hate, but they lost my luggage. So I had to go back and forth with them for my luggage, which was very tedious. And okay, it was not even that stressful, but come on, they just lost my luggage. And other than that, what else happened? There were so many events that happened in April, like my college event happened in April. My photo shoot for my graduation happened in May. So there were so many things. Like I'll just be popping the images here and there, or the videos here and there, to tell you that I swear I was not studying for the whole May month and few of the April. So I knew I have to go back to India as soon as possible, because I have to get back to my studies. I was not able to study properly in Georgia. I wanted to go out, I wanted to explore more of Georgia, but that was not the option because I had my exams in few days. So I was like, I'll just travel once I'm done with the exam. And I decided to go back to India. What happened in India was, as I explained, ki like I couldn't study in my home. I shifted to my one of my relatives' apartment. It was a 2 BHK, and no one was staying there, so I had to stay there for like 1.5 month to study. I didn't cook, obviously. I used to get tiffin from the mess or from my home. It was pretty close from my house, but I used to stay alone there and just study, study, study. Study was the only thing that I could remember and say. Every day I used to wake up at around 6 o'clock to study, and I used to sleep around 11 or 12 o'clock after completing all my study. And nothing, I used to not do anything else other than study. I didn't had any human contact for like 20 days approximately. After that, some or the other person would come and meet me and cheer me up, but most of the time I didn't had any human contact. I used to just talk to people on calls, and that's it, my friends and my family. And that was it. That was basically what I did in last 1.5 month, and that last 1.5 month changed my marks in this FMG exam. I tell you, 1 year I swear I was studying. I was not studying like crazy, but I was studying. But that last 1.5 month, I studied like crazy, and that last 1.5 month changed the entire course of my FMG result. I'll tell you what I did in the last 1.5 month, but before that, let's just tell you what I did when I was having this free time, when I was waiting at the Turkish airport for like 14 hours, or when I was waiting at the different airports, or when I was waiting at places for like 1 hour, 2, or when I was traveling by the bus for 1 hour. What was I doing? I used to download a few of my favorite teachers ka videos, like Azam sir ke YouTube videos or Preeti ma'am ke YouTube videos. I used to download them and used to keep them in my YouTube ka gallery. And when I had this time ki like I don't have to do 1 hour, I don't know what to do, I'm just traveling by the bus and there's a lot of traffic, I used to just plug in my headphones and just to watch it like a time pass. So in that time pass also I used to watch these videos. So like a passive type of learning was happening behind my mind. Ki like, okay, at least I'm not scrolling through the Instagram. At least I'm not doing this. At least I'm not going doing that. So you can also just do that. Just download some huge videos. Like there's one video of Pharma of GRG sir, or there are few videos of Preeti ma'am, Azam. So there's also BTR, few videos of BTR you can find on YouTube. Nadeem sir videos is also on YouTube. So you can just download them and then watch it in your free time, like as a fun, like a time pass video, like how you watch YouTube ke videos, like content creators ke videos. I used to watch their videos as like my time pass thing. Like when I was having dinner, sometimes I used to watch something fun. Sometimes I used to watch a movie, or sometimes I used to watch their videos. You can try that, because I felt like the second time, third time when I was watching their videos, like test and discussions or previous year question discussions, I used to get it very quickly. Marks not important for FMG, passing is, but for me it was, so should yours. I have heard a lot of my क्लासमेट सेइंग कि एफएमजी एग्जाम ना उसके लिए तो मार्क्स इम्पोर्टेंट थोड़ी है, पासिंग ही तो करना है, 150 का पासिंग रहता है, उतना ही तो लाना है, बस क्या 150 पासिंग लाओ और फिर खत्म. बट फॉर मी इट वाज नॉट only about the passing. I This is like a backstory. You can just skip it if you want to this timing. If you want, you can just skip it. So I'll tell you my story. I scored 484 in my NEET exam, and I couldn't get government college in Maharashtra because the cutoff was 500, around 505 or 500. So I lost my government college by 4 marks, like 4 questions. By 4 questions, I lost it. So I always had this guilt that by 4 questions I lost the government college. By 4 questions I lost the government college, or else I would have done it in India. That is like the story of every FMG aspirant. They couldn't get the college in India. That's why they go out of India, or else no one else wants to study medicine for 6 years. You studied for 4.5 years, you're done with it, you're happy with it. You have to study it for 6 years, right? So that was the main point. Like I lost it because of the 4 questions. And this exam meant so much to me because I wanted to prove my parents, I wanted to prove people who were questioning me why was I even going out of India to study medicine. So for them, I had to get good marks. I knew passing was important. Passing is the only criteria. There shouldn't be any, like I said, jealousy between your friends and you. Ki like, no, I should score more. I should score less. That shouldn't happen, I guess. But for my own satisfaction, I wanted more than 200. Missed and arise offline classes and meeting different sirs and learning. So when I was in Tbilisi, I had the opportunity to meet different faculties which teach for FMG and NEET PG, and I would say that that was an amazing experience. Being an FMG student is not an easy work. Like you have to do your home chores, you have to do the groceries, you have to clean everything, you have to study, you have to go to the classes, you have to do the practicals, and there are many more things that I need not to add. You already know what you think, what we guys go through. And these faculty really do connect with us. They have this empathy towards us, and they have these amazing experiences which they love to share. And we had so much fun. We I feel like all the friends that I have been with to these live classes, none of the friends have ever felt that they were bored during any of the classes. So if you guys are in the country where you have live classes going on, so I would suggest you guys to please attend these live classes and learn as much as you can. Even though you have seen their offline videos, please do attend the live classes that happen in your country. FMG aspirant channel on Telegram, daily quizzes, important topic explained, and LMR. So basically, a few months before my exam, I got to know about this channel called as FMG Aspirants. They have this Telegram program where they have these quizzes at 9 a.m. and also at 9 p.m. every day, which are like which consist of 50 questions, and then you get the analysis of the questions and you get the answer on the spot. I feel like this has boosted my confidence a lot. Also their LMR, which was a great touch. If I tell you, like, there were many questions from their LMR, I won't be lying, because the LMR was that good. Me, before my first paper, I just did the LMR, and even during the break time before my second paper, I just did the LMR of gynecology. So in the LMR, they have few topics which are like high yielding topics, as you can see here. I won't show you much because it's a paid content. They have types of hanging, like what is hanging, what is strangulation, how is the ligature mark different, and you just keep reading it. It consists of, like, you can just for example, FMT, it consists of 10 to 15 pages and you're done with the FMT last minute revision. So that is a great thing. Like, you read it again and again, and there are high chances that you get questions from these. Now they are trying to get the 3.0 version, and if you have time, please do check their channel and please do try to get this LMR, because it was really great. Important topics that they have mentioned, because these topics are with the mnemonics, with the tricks to remember the points. So try to read as much as they have provided, because it's really great. So when I was staying at this flat for like last 1.5 month, I used to have this sticky notes uh, all over the wall. I had like so many sticky notes, like, I guess there were more than 200 sticky notes that were stuck on the wall, and I used to try to read as much as I can read by using the sticky notes. And there were few points that I felt like they are so important, like what is the fetal skull diameter, and this was the one of the question asked in my paper. Also, what is rabies and how is the vaccination given? What is type 1, type 2, and type 3 rabies wound? Then there is difference between neuroletharism and epidermal dropsy, different levels of lymph node. What is samoma body? Samoma body is one of the important topic. Like, you have to know where are the places you get the samoma bodies. What is gestational diabetes? This was also one of the question that was asked. So a lot of times I've heard about 20th notebook. Like, I'm going to mention about 20th notebook in few minutes, but I felt like these sticky notes were as important as 20th notebook. They were like a quick revision for me. I read this sticky notes even during my travel to my exam center, even during my flights, even during my train journeys. And I, if you want to know more about these sticky notes, I will post these sticky notes somewhere on my Telegram channel, or you can just make your own. You might know what topics are important, like the different type of BNSs are very important. Like there are different BNSs like 194 and 196. Uh, then nasal cavity, there is different type of nasal cavity which are present. Then what is the difference between uh, croup and acute epiglottis, Malampati classification. These are the few examples that I'm giving. Different types of cancer markers, vaccination, vaccine man is important, and at what age what vaccination is given, after what age what vaccination cannot be given. Glasgow coma scale is also one of the most important topic. You have to know what is Glasgow coma scale before the exam. You have to know different type of blood cancer, be it CML, CLL, ALL, AML, Hodgkin, non-Hodgkin lymphoma. So these sticky notes are like a lifesaver. Like if you have them, or if you want to make them, just start making from the day one, so that you have a bunch of sticky notes and you know what you have to read it before the exam. Now coming to the next point is the 20th notebook. I do made my own 20th notebook. I started making my 20th notebook in the last 3 months, and this is my 20th notebook. I felt like my 20th notebook had a lot of information and lot of important topics that I felt like are going to come for the exam, are important for the exam, are the things that I'm forgetting. These are the things that you add in your 20th notebook. 20th notebook is the last book that you read before your exam. But the problem was that I didn't had a lot of time with me before the exam, so I couldn't read the 28 notebook. I went with the LMR, which was also really great. If you have already made a 28 notebook, just try to keep revising everything from the 28 notebook. Like here I mentioned different types of urine and their odor, and what is the timeline of psychiatry, like at what day the psychological symptoms happen, where schizophrenia, what is the difference between anxiety and panic disorder. So these are like the basic things that you have to remember, different type of vitamins. But then that thing I've also mentioned in the uh, my sticky notes. So these two are very much similar because the topics are very similar, but I cannot fit a lot of things on my sticky notes. As you can see, my handwriting is pretty small, so I could manage to add a lot of things on my sticky note, but few of them, like very basic things like what is the different images, what X-ray, what is CT, and that things, if I don't remember, I mention them in this 20th notebook. If you read the 20th notebook, it is also great because you know that. But LMR is something which I feel like they know they have given the exam. You are gonna give the exam, so it's like a mixture of both. You need to do mixture of both. Like you have to do the 20th notebook, you have to do the LMR, you have to do sticky notes. These are like the must do topics or must do things before the exam because they are gonna help you increase your marks. 1,000 MCQs in a day. Okay, now after listening to this, you might feel like this is a big task. Like, how could she solve like 1,000 MCQs in a day? Uh, I used to do the topic wise PYQs from Prep Ladder. Then I used to do the year wise PYQs from the Prep Ladder app. And then I used to do the year wise PYQs from the Marrow. Supposedly, I completed a subject today. I completed Patho today. So I did the Patho ka Preeti ma'am ka videos. Then I did the rapid revision. Then I saw the BTR, and then I started doing the PYQs. First, I did the topic wise PYQs, and that topic wise PYQ already had the year wise PYQs of the prep ladder, so I could do the year wise PYQs faster. And after doing these two, I can go to the Marrow ka PYQs, which is also faster. So every time I solved the same question, I basically solved the question 3 times, and then because of that my speed for the questions increased, and then automatically my confidence increased because the first time I solved I got 60, then the next time I solved it was 70%, and the third time when I solved in the Marrow I got the 90%. So I solved the same question 3 times in one set. Similarly, I revised the same subject in 3 sets. Also, since I mentioned that I wasted a lot of time in my May month, I had to compensate that in June and July. So if you are a newbie and you have to start the PYQ, start with few PYQs every day. Like you can start with 50 PYQs or 100 PYQs today, and then next month just increase by 10, then increase by 20, and then 30, and then just increase it, and then you have to solve like 300 PYQs according to me every day of different subjects. And then I have also made a lot of custom modules. I felt like custom modules are very much important because I always used to solve like PYQs which were present in the app, but when custom module happened I used to mix every subject, so I used to get different type of questions and I can solve the 50 questions every night. Then I used to score something around 35 or like 30. So that average was good because if you see in every section you need to score around 30 or 35 questions to get above 200 marks. If you keep that average of 30 to 35 questions in each section, like 50 question ka set mein, in 50 question ke set mein you get 30 to 35 questions as right, then you have an average of getting more than 200 in the last paper. So try to have a custom module of 50 questions every night, like or in a week of all the subjects that you have done. So that will help you a lot. And also there was FMG aspirant ka 9 and 9 ka daily quizzes. So that was also an extra question if you want to do. But can I mention you something? I never scored, like I was never in the top three people in FMG aspirant ke question bank. There was so many students in live question bank solving ke sessions, and I was never in the top 20. I was never in the top 10, never in the top 30. But that would sometimes demotivate you. But I feel like you are just looking this as an, this is a practice thing. This is not the actual exam, like you have to be the first ranker. I understand you might feel motivated if you are in the top 10, top 20, but just do this as a practice thing and just keep on doing it. Eventually you will improve, eventually you will be better than yourself. Try to be better than yourself instead of being better than others. I feel like that is more important. Stress due to form filling and document collection and travel and stay problem in Nagpur. So basically, first of all, I got my center as Nagpur. I stay in Sangli, but I got my center as Nagpur. So travel was very difficult from Sangli to Nagpur, as you know. But then I booked a flight because I didn't wanted to waste a lot of time in my travel, and I don't want to be very tired because of like 8 hour ka journey or 9 hour ka journey. So I booked a flight from Kolhapur to Nagpur. But I booked it as soon as I got the center. I booked it as soon as possible. But in 3 days, I got the message that your flight has been cancelled. This is the reason. Now they refunded it and everything that happened. That is a different case. But now, how am I supposed to go to Nagpur in like a day? Because I don't want to waste my one day before my exam to travel. So then I went from Sangli to Pune, and from Pune I booked a flight to Nagpur. And that happened. That flight was just of 1 hour, so that was getting pretty hectic for me because I have to travel. So just keep in mind that before your exam you have to travel to a place. If you don't get the location near to your area, you have to travel, so you have to make the arrangement, you have to find a hotel booking, you have to do everything. And I tell you, the exam center area, around the area, like the place in the exam center, is very chaotic and it is very disturbing. Like you are already very stressed because of your exam, you're already very tensed, and the weather was also very bad at Nagpur. I don't know for what reason that day the weather was very bad. It was raining like cats and dogs, and it was all wet. And I you are not in a mood to give an exam when you have such a bad weather. I feel like still you have to go through everything. You have to manage your flight tickets, you have to manage your hotel stay, and no one's going to do that for you. You have to do it for yourself. If you are lucky, your parents or your friends might help you, and that's a great thing. Sometimes you have to do it, so you have to be mentally very 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 strong to do all these things. And at the same time you have to study, you have so much things to understand, you have so much things to revise. So just keep in mind that there is going to be a lot of things, there are so many difficulties that are going to come. And one more point, they won't even let you go for the washroom. Like I was not allowed to go to the washroom because of my personal reason. I had some issue with my document. Like there was just one name and the passport had two names. So I had to sign a different form. My thumbprint was not imprinting because of the weather and everything, so they had to get my photo scan and everything, so that happened. And also remember, before the exam you have to wait for 45 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes. You have to just sit and stare at the screen and just wait like nothing. You can't even talk to the side person. Like, don't even try to talk to side person. I would suggest you just keep calm. You can just sleep. If you want to sleep, just sleep there. They would just wake you up, and the process takes like 40-45 minutes, because you have to stand in line, then they do the scan, they give you the seat number, you have to sit there, then wait again there, then the process starts, then you put in the roll number, your password or whatever, and then it's a very long process. Before the exam, it's like 40-45 minutes are wasted. So just be chill and calm, and just that. Also remember to sleep before your exam. I made a huge mistake. I was so stressed because of the exam. I was not able to complete all the subjects in time. I was left with medicine. I did not complete my medicine ka subject before my exam. I was so stressed because of the medicine ka exam. I didn't know. I just did cardiology a bit and the LMR. That's it. And patho and physio I did. But specific medicine I never did the whole thing. I did it 1 year back, and after that, before the exam, I didn't see anything. So I was very stressed because of the medicine, and that's why I couldn't sleep the whole night. I woke up at 12 in the night, and I tried to sleep for 2 hours, but then I didn't sleep. Then I woke up and I started revising again the subject like PSM, which are most commonly asked, my micro, which are most commonly asked in the first paper, and patho also I revised a bit, which were basically from the LMR itself, like the PDF I told you from FMGE aspirants. That's what I did, and then you have to also reach the exam center in time. Otherwise, you are not allowed to go inside. There was so many things. I was only accompanied by my younger sister. Eventually, everything happens, and since I didn't sleep the whole night, my head was literally banging the whole time. And even though I tried to sleep before the exam, like 45 minutes ka time, I tried to sleep, but the time was not passing. I was anxious at the same time because I was given an exam which was so important for me, and I tried to sleep, but I couldn't sleep. But if you are able to sleep, try to maintain a very good sleep schedule, and wake up at this time, sleep at this time, so your body gets used to it. Try to wake up early so that your body knows ki like at this time you have to wake, because the exams are in the morning. It's not at the night. So you have to sleep early, you have to wake up early, and then follow a schedule so your body gets used to it. Please don't try to talk to anyone, because if you talk, you will know कि अच्छा I got this answer wrong. Oh, इस question का answer ये था. But that same question is not going to come in the second paper, right? First paper, second paper के questions अलग रहेंगे. The same question is not going to come. What is the use of you discussing now? You have already done it wrong. That's fine. But now you have to focus on the second paper. You have to focus on eating the food. I have to focus to stay calm. These are the things you need to be focused, rather than क्या क्वेश्चंस गलत गए, क्या क्वेश्चंस चाहिए करने चाहिए थे, कौन सा इजी था, कौन सा डिफिकल्ट था, पेपर कैसे गया. नो नीड टू डिस्कस विद एनीवन, नो नीड टू टॉक टू एनीवन. जस्ट डू योर ओन थिंग, स्टडी, एंड जब दोनों पेपर खत्म हो जाएंगे तब बात कर लेना. No need to even talk to the person beside you. You can talk after the paper, because there are some issues where you just talk to the people, and like I feel like don't talk to the people beside you. It's better if you just keep quiet and concentrate on your page. Just focus that you have to do your best. Just keep telling yourself, "Okay, I'm going to score this much. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to get all the questions right." And also try to avoid changing the answers. This was suggested by a lot of teachers. And remember that never change your answer. Like, if you think that after seeing the options, you think out of the four questions, you see that the second option is right. But later, when you read the question, you think, no, second is not right, third is right. If you have missed something which is like false or not, and then you think the third is right, then you can change. But in the first go, you felt like the second was right, and now you're thinking, no, you're confused between second and third, then no need to change the answer, because just keep the answer that you have selected in the first place. Because I made the mistake in the first paper. I changed almost like 10 questions, and I felt like most of my questions which were wrong in the first paper were because of the thing that I changed the answers. So please try to avoid changing the answer. It's best you keep the first option that you are going to select. Before my exam, I watched missed K 25 important questions. So that were a good boost for me. Some of my concept which was still very ऐसे hazy I could clear because of the missed के 25 questions. So I would suggest you कि आप भी चाहो तो missed के 25 important questions देख के जाओ. Different subjects के different 25 important questions है. Very good faculty is also available on missed. तो please वो भी आप देख के जाओ, and that would definitely help you. Group study, find good people, start doing it from today. Good environment is must while studying for the exam. A very important point for this exam is to find good people around you. मतलब I understand सब मतलब I cannot comment on anyone's friendship, but I feel like कि अगर आपके पास एक अच्छा ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल रहेगा तो आपकी पढ़ाई ज़्यादा अच्छे वे में होगी, क्योंकि आप ज़्यादातर टाइम पढ़ाई के बारे में ही डिस्कस करोगे, तो आपका मूड, आपका माइंड सब पढ़ाई के ऊपर ही रहेगा. अगर आप गॉसिपिंग और बाकी की चीज़ों में अगर ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट लेके, जो बच्चे ज़्यादा ये सब चीज़ें करते हैं, अगर आप खुद भी करते रहोगे तो प्लीज़ बंद कीजिए, क्योंकि 6 इयर्स की पढ़ाई अपने को ये एक दिन में प्रूव करके दिखानी है. तो इस चीज़ की वजह से आई वुड सजेस्ट कि अवॉइड करो ऐसे लोगों को. और अगर तुम्हें ऐसे लोग नहीं मिल रहे हैं जो जिनके साथ तुम पढ़ाई कर सकते हो या ग्रुप डिस्कशंस कर सकते हो, बिकॉज ग्रुप डिस्कशन के बाद या साथ में पढ़ने के बाद यू रिमेंबर अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. मेन वीडियोस और रैपिड रिविजन शुड बी डन. So this is like the question that a lot of people have, and this was the same question that I had in my initial days of preparation. I used to do the main videos. As I said, ki like I used to focus on main videos, make the notes, but that was taking a lot of time. And after 1 year, when I completed all the subjects, I thought that instead of revising the main videos and main subjects, I should go for the rapid revision. That's why I went with the rapid revision and I continued with the rapid revision. Remember that anything you do, the main videos or the rapid revision, you have to revise it again and again. If you do the main videos, you have to revise main videos again and again. If you do the rapid revision, you have to revise the rapid revision again and again. Anything you prefer, just see how much time you have in your hand, how much you can give for the subject, and just continue with it. So try to be consistent and try to revise again and again. That's what I think. And shorter subjects like derma, anesthesia, psychiatry, and orthopedics, these 4 subjects can be done by rapid revision, and then as I said, you can just continue with BTR. That is more than enough, and then just solve the PYQs. You are done with the shorter subjects. For the main 4 subjects which have a higher percentage, which is medicine, surgery, OBGY, and PSM, you can go with main videos, but I went with rapid revision videos for the same thing, and I felt like I could answer a lot of questions because my basics were very strong. So if your basics are also pretty good, I would suggest you to do with the rapid revision and just keep on doing rapid revision and PYQs. That's it. You're done with the longer subjects. If I had an option to do rapid revision of longer videos, if you ask me now, I would suggest you go for the rapid revision and then for LMR. That is more than enough for you to crack the exam. I swear, RR is more than enough. How to solve MCQs effectively. So, for solving the MCQ, first of all, you need to know the answer. If you know the answer, you straight up get to the answer. That is one thing. If you don't know the answer, the other thing that you can do is you can do the elimination method where you try to remove 2 options and then go to the next 2 options. If you are able to find the 2 options, and then their chances of getting the right answer goes to 50%, or else your chances of getting the right answer was 25%, right? So if you do the elimination method, you go to the 50%. It's very easy to do the elimination method. If you want to know the details, I'll tell you later. But then that is how you can do the MCQs. And once you get the hang of MCQs, your MCQs will automatically get better and better. you don't get sad or don't get worried that you're not scoring good in the PYQs, you're not scoring good. I used to get so scared of PYQs, like I used to avoid solving PYQs for 1 year. But then my a friend literally forced me to solve PYQs. They were like, you have to solve the PYQs, you have to do the questions. And once I started loving PYQs, I solved like crazy PYQs. Used to enjoy solving PYQs. I used to learn so much from PYQs, even more than I used to learn from the notes and everything else, videos. I used to learn a lot more from the PYQs. So I would suggest you to continue doing PYQ. Start with 50, increase it dheere dheere. Oh, these are like few miscellaneous things that I'll be discussing now, which are like, if you want to do, you can do. If you don't want to do, you like, it's not necessary to do. This is not like an exam related thing. This is just so that I study a lot. So my wallpaper was also very different. Now I have changed it, but earlier my wallpaper was a different wallpaper. It was something related to study. And then I had this widgets where like I had this timer about FMG exam, and then there was the list of what subjects I have done, what I have not done, and I'll be popping the images. And there was this streak of prep ladder, then some motivational quotes and everything. So I used to maintain these things so that once I open the tab, the first thing that I see was to study related or like my goal related things. So if you are using a tablet, then I would suggest you can also do this, because then don't keep any gaming apps or any distracting apps. Just keep the YouTube. You don't need anything else. I feel like YouTube and your any app or platform that you're using, and just some widgets and timer and list are more than enough for you to. For note taking, a lot of my friends use different kinds of note apps. Like some of them use Good Notes. Like you can also go with Good Notes if you're already having the subscription. I personally never use Good Notes. Some of them use Notes का app. The Notes का Apple का जो app रहता है वही. I would suggest two apps. One is Cola Notes and the other one is Kilo Notes. I feel Kilo Notes में ज़्यादा options नहीं है to add the pages. You need to take the subscription, which is, I don't remember what is the price of the subscription, but they have like a 5 pages का 5 folders only you can make. But in Cola Notes, I have made this section where like I started with FMG and then I went inside then all, and then subject wise, like first anat, then physio, biochem, micro, patho, and inside the folders I had the saved documents that I saved from different channels, Telegram, or I got from somewhere else. My friend who keeps on sending me different PPTs or slides that I felt are important, or the pictures or images which can come in the exam. I have all saved in one folder. So you have to maintain this like organization so that it becomes easier and clearer for you to study in a longer run. So I would suggest you to use Cola Notes, because it doesn't need any subscription, and I felt it was good. So if you want to try, you can try Cola Notes. uh, in the Prep Ladder app, you have this blueprint thing. This was a suggestion given to me from someone who already gave the FMG exam, and they suggested me to do the blueprints in the Prep Ladder ka app or Marrow ka app. I don't know if Marrow has blueprints, but Prep Ladder has blueprints. So you can just go through the blueprints in the last 10 days. If you don't find the time, you don't know what to do, because in the last 10 days, you're very confused what to study, what not to study. You are uh, just let's just get over with this exam. You feel like I'm like studying so much. I don't know, will I pass or no? You're so confused. Don't even try to give a GT in the last 10 or 15 days. Like, never give a GT in last 10 or 15 days. My personal experience, never, because the last GT I gave, I was so depressed. I could not study after that. So it's better not to give a GT in last 10 to 15 days, and just go through the blueprints. So you can also check the blueprints if you want, and then continue with the same study that you're going in the last 10 days. How much to revise and how to revise? This is like an ongoing question. The As many times you revise is is not enough. Sometimes as many times you revise is not enough. Minimum type of revision should be 2 to 3, and maximum is there is no limit for maximum. I feel like you can revise as many times, you can solve as many questions as you want, so there is no limit. You have to revise a lot of times, you have to do the same subject again and again. I understand you get bored because you're revising the same subject again and again. You get very tired because you're doing the same thing again and again for like continuously 6 months, for continuously 2 months, or continuously 1 month you're doing the same shit. But if you do this for now, you have a better life tomorrow. So just keep doing. I feel like I have covered most of the points related to FMG, from the preparation till the exam day. And this is a quick advice. If you're done with the exam, please try to avoid, it's not do not, but please try to avoid the seeing the answer key, because most of my friends were very sad after seeing the answer key. They thought they're gonna fail, but they passed. And just wait till your result comes, and I hope everyone who's watching this video pass with a lot of marks. I hope you all score more than 200. All the best for your exam, be it this January or next June or any other time. I hope you guys do well. I hope you make your parents proud, and please continue studying. That would just make me happy. Thank you so much.